Hi, we're here today to put together the TZ02b chicken coop. Now all you're going to need to do this is either a Phillips head screwdriver, or if you have one, a cordless screwdriver will work just as well. Now when you first unpack your product, if you spread all the pieces out, you'll notice that you have a sheet that tells you that the parts are all lettered. Okay, so if you can identify which ones they are, it'll make it much easier when you put it together, which I'll show you as we go through the process step by step. Right, first thing we're going to do is locate the door to the internal part of the chicken coop. You'll notice it's a square piece, little hole there, and two pre-drilled holes here. What we'll do is, in the white box that you'll find in your container, you'll find a handle. If you take the handle out, there will be a set of two screws that you can attach the handle to the door with. So simply attach the handle using the screws. Next, fit your doorway into part D. If you put the edge underneath the lip there, slide it up, then fit it down. Now you can have it closed or open as suits your purposes. Next, get part E, line it up with the holes in part D, and simply join them together. Your next step is to join J to D with two screws using the 5cm screws once again. Right, next we have to join part L to part D, making sure that you align the top of L with the top of D, because down below we need space for the metal lined dropping tray to go through. Our next step is to join part C onto both L and E, and down the bottom as well. Right, next we have to attach part O and P to C. Now O goes on first, it's the part with the little lever there, attaches onto this area here, and then the P one will go over there. Make sure you go up the right way. You can tell by the slope on the top part of the bracket. Attach the screws from the inside. As you next part you have to attach is part N, which goes on the end of the nesting box. Easily identifiable, you can see the little metal attachment there. Attaching all the parts in the nesting box, remember, we're using the shorter 4cm screws.
Go.
Right, just showing that you can use just a hand screwdriver just as easily, it's just not quite as fast. And once again, there are 4 screws to attach on this part. Right, the next 3 parts that you place in, you don't have to screw in, they just sit in there. One is the floor of the nesting box, easily identifiable, has these 2 strips of wood running that way. You also have the perch and the flashboard that will sit in the strips there, and also the holder on the actual end box. Right, with the floor, you just simply place it into the box and it rests on the timber in there. Next, the flashboard, which goes in this way, run it through those 2 runners there, and it sits up there. And then finally the perch, which simply goes in to the 2 holders there. Right, the next part you put on is the roof of the nesting box. It's very easy to identify. It's got the 2 hinges at the back here and the latch at the front there. Now when you put this on, the holes aren't pre-drilled, so you're going to drill them in yourself. So it's very important that you line up the catch here with that metal clasp there. When you've got that on, you know that's in the right spot. make sure you've got both hinges up against the wood. Okay, check once again it's alright. And then you're simply using the smaller screws. You can either pre-drill a hole, if you've got the cordless you can drill it straight in and drill in your own hole there. So once you've got the hinges screwed on, then you're able to lift the roof up, which gives you access to the nest box. You can also put the bracket up there like that to hold it up. Right, the next part I attach is the front gate, part F. Easily identifiable because it has the doorway, and you can see the notch here where the handle will fit. So when we line it up against the chicken coop, the handle goes through like that. Right, now, to put the screws in, there are 3 screws to attach it. You'll have to open the door up because the screws go in here, here and here. Next you need to attach part G, which is the back mesh wall. Once again it is 3 screws to attach it to the frame here. 1 top, middle and towards the bottom. Right, next you have to attach the ramp leading up into the living area of the chicken coop. There's a hole there for the screw, but you'll have to screw it in using either a cordless drill or pre-drill a hole if you don't have a cordless. Right, now we have one part, the part H, the last mesh panel that you have. It needs to be attached here. Just make sure that you've got the slope angle on it facing the right way round. Once again it's connected by 3 screws on each side. Next I fit the dropping tray, part number K. It's metal lined, obviously that goes upwards. It simply fits into the area there underneath the doorway. The last part to fit is the roof. It's very easy to identify. It's a large rectangular sheet with the green on top. Now it's fairly heavy, so I suggest you use 2 people when you fit it. It sits on top of the frame. Now you can see there are 2 blocks on either end. They sit hard up against the thing, so you know what's up against the wooden frame, so you know what's in the right place. And there you have it. A chicken coop that any chicken would be proud to live in.